Holly and Blue, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Today I am doing 3 looks with the new Terra Moons Cosmetics collection and using the Lovers on the Sun palette. So if you'd like to see how I got this look, 2 others, and swatches, then just keep on watching. Okay, I might end up making this a voiceover for this one. I'm sorry if there's a lot of them in this one. I have to take Biscuit to get her stitches removed for being spayed, and Artemis isn't feeling very well, so he's going as well. And I am just so behind on everything, even though I woke up early. But I'm taking the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas in Fair, and I'm adding it all over my lid. I don't know why I said it like that, but now I'm going to take this Wet n Wild brush and just get that nice and blended into the skin. Extend it out, back and forth. Things may be a little bit louder noise-wise today. I have the window open because Artie really wanted to have the window open for fresh air and see the birds. Okay, I'm going to start out with the Lovers on the Sun palette, and I'm going to take this shade right here, Celestial Love. That's going to be what I start with. I'm going to take the Blend Bunny Cosmetics B2 brush. What I'm going to do is start to put that on the outer V of my eye, and I'm going to start to make a little wing with it. Extend it out. So really kind of filling that outer V with this deepest blue shade. Extend it a bit, angle it upwards a little bit, kind of pat it onto the lid, take it into the deep crease just a bit. And then I'm going to take it on this inner portion of my lid to make it look like it's giving my eye a nice little hug. I feel like I want to add some liner or some gems or something, but I also feel like it's just so pretty how it is. I don't want to overdo it. I really don't think that I could necessarily like overdo it. I don't know, because I don't feel like there's such a thing as like too extra sometimes. Just pat that on there, get that shape. Now I'm going to take some of the Terra Moons Cosmetics singles. I love their singles. Their matte singles are just as amazing as their sparkles. So I'm going to take Neptune's Waves, and then I'm going to blend that out with Lunar or Later. I cannot mention enough how much I love their matte singles. They're so good. So I'm going to take the Makeup Shack T14 brush and Neptune's Waves. I almost forgot the name of the shade. And I start to blend this out with that. Back and forth windshield wiping motions with the lightest amount of pressure. Very light. This is a nice transition shade from that gorgeous, almost like sapphire blue. I feel like they just blend together and out so easily and so beautifully. And I'm going to do the same thing on this inner portion of my eye. Don't want to take it up too much. So this is more of like a spotlight eye, kind of like halo eye, but a really quick and easy. I feel like this would be a good beginner friendly kind of look for anyone that's wanting to play around with like colorful eyeshadows, because it's just like 3 mattes and they blend so nicely and very easily. But I'm just using the lightest amount of pressure with this brush to make sure everything's blended. And I'm leaving the center of my lid just how it is because I'm going to put the sparkles there, but I'm also going to take this Lunar or Later shade, the lightest pastel shade, and extend it. So I'm just going to take that. This is the Makeup Shack T63 brush. I'm going to take that, get everything nice and blended. And this is just kind of giving me like ocean vibes. It's so cute. So with this, I'm going to make sure everything is blended out first before I kind of extend it. So I'm just going to back and forth with it. Back and forth. And I will go back in and touch these shades up in just a second. Just kind of focusing on that shape right now and getting everything nice and blended. So now I'm going to take Lunar or Later And I'm gonna just start to put it slightly above the crease. And this shade is such a beautiful, soft shade that so easily blends that it just kind of makes it go together. And then you add your sparkles, and oh, I love sparkles, but I feel like I always oogle over sparkles. So if you've been here before, I feel like you would know my love for sparkles. But if you're new here, duochromes, multichromes, holographic eyeshadows are some of my favorites. If it's sparkly, I feel like I'll love it. Y'all, I'm so behind on everything. I usually try to get, like, look on my Instagram and answer messages, and I feel so bad because I feel like I haven't in like a week. And that always makes me feel really bad, but I've just been so busy. There's been a lot of stuff going on, and it's just been chaotic. So I'm taking the Makeup Shack T14 brush, and I'm going to go back into Celestial Love and bring it back a bit. Back and forth windshield wiper motions with the lightest amount of pressure. Hearing the birds makes me so happy, especially since it's finally trying to warm up. I have kind of like a sad thing, but it's really like a personal sad thing that I want to share with you if you'd like. So when I lost Shemwork, he loved to watch the birds on YouTube, and he loved to get in the window and see the birds and stuff like that. And after we lost him, I didn't really hear a lot of birds outside. But then, like, when I finally sat back down to do makeup, it was like there were so many birds. Like, I just heard birds. And it made me, I'm going to try not to cry, but it made me just feel like, okay, baby, I feel like you're wanting me to know. And there was something that my Grammy used to always say about birds, like cardinals and stuff, meant that there was someone there. So even when I see cardinals, I think about her. I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional, but I just felt like sharing something that's kind of special to me with y'all. So this is the Neptune's Wave shade, and I'm just touching it up. I have a really fun creative look that I want to do soon, and I feel like I'm going to try to open up a little bit more on some things, because I want that look to be like a happy look. Whenever I get to it, I'll explain more, but I'm just going to blend this out. Look at how pretty they blend. I might actually get this whole look done before the camera cuts off, so that would be about 11.8 minutes. So this is kind of a quick eyeshadow look, I feel like, because normally sometimes they take me a long time. I'm going to take a little bit more of Lunar Later and just make sure everything is nice and softened up. And I also just love how Lunar Later paired with this makes it all just kind of look like it's glowing. I love a good pastel eyeshadow. I'm gonna take Sunset Embrace. I have so many feelings about this shade. It's so pretty. I'm gonna take that on my finger, and I'm gonna pop it along the edge of these mats and just pat that. Lately, I've really been enjoying applying multi-chromes or duochromes, just sparkles in general for the most part, as long as they're not like super loose, with my finger, because I really feel like it makes it kind of a punch. I used to wouldn't really do. I will still use a brush if I need some precision, getting it in the crease and whatnot, and my camera cut off mid that, so if I wouldn't have been talking so much, this is a quick look, but you know, I like to sit and ramble sometimes. So I'm gonna take Cloud Rider, and I'm gonna pop it in the center. I have a kitty hair stuck to my face. Okay, look at how dreamy. Is it even picking up? It's like cotton candy. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it really does kind of be like giving the vibe of a cloud, but also cotton candy. But when I was little, I used to think the clouds were like cotton candy. So I'm going to take that and just kind of run that up into the crease and the sparkles. I love. They're so pretty. And I'm going to take a little bit more of Sunset Embrace and pat it on the edge to make sure these are blended together. This is a moment. This is a vibe. I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and take this B2 brush that has the Celestial Love shade on it and just kind of pat it along the edge of the sparkles to make it look a little more blended together. And then I'm going to take some micellar water on a Q-tip to sharpen it up. And I feel like this one was really quick. I'm going to take what's left on this brush and start to just kind of blend a little bit more. Because one thing about me is I will sit here and blend all day. Because I just want, because I feel like I can tell if it's not totally even, and it will irk me if I don't. Alright, so I'm going to go to the rest of my face and I'll be right back. Alright, so this is the finished look. What do you think? I'm back several hours later after vet appointments and everything. Everybody's all good. Got some medicine for Artie for his sniffly sneezing stuff that he's had going on. But yeah, I feel so cute. These are the Riza lashes and iris, and I just felt like they went so well with this look. And I also, I need every shade of any kind of lip gloss like this from Bella Beauty Bar, like, immediately. This is from the Deandra Nicole collaboration. It is the shade Raising the Bar. Just look at it. It's so pretty. And I'm really excited because not long after I got in from the vet's office, I had placed an order with Terra Cosmetics like a week or a week and a half ago or something like that. I've been eyeing their glosses. They came in. So I think what I'm going to do after I finish getting my pictures is I'm going to do a little video for TikTok where I'm trying out the sparkly glosses. But yeah, my card was full, so I had to change that out and I forgot what I was saying. But these are the Riza lashes and iris. I felt like they went really well with the look. I'm obsessed with this gloss. I'm very particular about glosses. The new one from Terra Moons, I'm going to use that and the next look. I don't know where this is going to be in the video. But I've used it before. I used it for my look that went up on, which will be Friday at this point. And it's really nice. The pigment in it is amazing. I feel like I talked about that in yesterday's, well, what I filmed yesterday, which will be another look in this video. Okay, without rambling too much, because I'm going to make sure this is incredibly long because I ramble. I'm going to go ahead and get my pictures and things, and I'll see you in just a second. Y'all, so I'm re-voiceover in this bit because the audio got lost. So I'm taking the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas in Fair and the Nameless Morphe Concealer brush that I've had for forever, and a Wet n Wild Fluffy brush. I'm getting the base applied, and then I'm going to just blend it out with the Wet n Wild brush. I'm going to take the Glaminatrix Cosmetics Into the Night palette, and I'm going to take the shade Play Hard with the Blend Bunny Cosmetics, the shade Showbiz with the Blend Bunny Cosmetics B2 brush, and I'm going to do like a C shape and take it about halfway into the crease. This will be our depth shade, and I'm just kind of building the shape up right now. I'm just patting it on and taking it about halfway into the crease. Now I'm going to take the shade Cocktails and the Makeup Shack T14 brush just to blend that out, make sure everything's nice and softened up. I really like this palette. It's really nice. I feel like the formula is really good. This was the first palette I've tried from them, and then I picked up some of the holographic multi-chromes that I am obsessed with. I really want to try more. And with that same brush just cleaned off, I'm going into the shade Play Hard. I'm going to work it towards the inner portion of my eye and halfway through the crease to get it blended with the green. I really like how effortlessly these blend together. I just felt like this would be a cute color combination. With the shade Fake It from the Sickly Sweet palette from Blend Bunny Cosmetics, I'm just going to blend out the greens with it. I love this pastel. It's so gorgeous, and I felt like it just would make the blend look more airbrushed and just not be super extra. I kind of wanted it to be low dramatics, but also I just wanted to look like a fairy princess. So I'm doing back and forth windshield wipe motions with the lightest amount of pressure to make sure that everything is nice and blended out. So with that Makeup Shack T14 brush, I'm going back in and touching up cocktails because in the blending I lost it, and I just wanted to go in and make sure everything was nice and touched up and we had a nice and even blend, and you can see all the beautiful shades that was used to be able to create the look. So I'm doing back and forth windshield wipe motions with the lightest amount of pressure. And with that same brush, I'm just going back into Showbiz to make sure everything is nice and blended and touched up, and make sure that we have the depth there because this is our depth shade and I really like it. It's such a, it gives me fairy vibes. It's very pretty. And I'm switching back to the Makeup Shack T63 brush just to soften that blend up. And now it's time for some sparkles. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. Vampire Star. Oh, I love it so much. It's so pretty. It reminds me of if Ophiuchus and Bellatrix had a baby that was so sparkly and so beautiful. So I'm just taking my finger to apply it, and I'm going to pat it on half of my eyelid. It's so beautiful. And now I'm taking a Philion and I'm patting it right where I left off with Vampire Star. And oh my goodness, these two together are just the dreamiest. I'm going to work that onto the lid and through the crease. Oh my gosh, so pretty. So pretty. I was just amazed. And the formulas are so nice. And now I'm popping a little bit of Moonlighter on right in the center to give it a little extra dimension with the sparkles. I had no words. With this old Melt Cosmetics brush, I'm going to take Solar Halo from the Lovers on the Moon, the Lunar Edition, or the Lunar version, and I'm going to apply that for my inner corner highlight. Now, the shade that I just used before this, I'll use for my brow bone highlighter. I'm just working that on that inner corner of my eye. Here I'm taking a little bit more of Cloud Rider and working it up into the crease where I used the second sparkle, and I just felt like it was so cute. Now I'm going to hold my breath and hope for the best. I'm taking the Suva UV Taffy's palette and I'm doodling some gleams. So this brush actually came in the palette. So I'm starting by making a leg outwards towards the outer corner of my eye and kind of angling it upwards and making a point. And from that point, I'll bring it down to another angle. So it's going to look like an A that's doing the splits. And then from whichever leg that you want to start with, I start to take it inwards and point it downwards to kind of get the shape and just really focus on making sure that it's nice and pointed. So I'll go in and kind of round it a little bit if it seems a little uneven, and then I will extend the points to make it pointier and to try to make it look more like a twinkling star. And for this one, I just decided that I was going to do like a little dot and then extend the points to make it not so like an empty gleam. I felt like it'd be fun to have different kind of versions of gleamy stars because I wanted to feel like a magical fairy princess. I really just needed that. And now I'm going to do the same thing on the inner portion of my eye area. You can add as many as you want or not any at all, whatever you want to do. I just felt like this was giving me the magical fairy princess vibes that I really wanted to feel. So I feel like this time I did more of the filled in stars than the not so filled in ones. But however you're most comfortable with or whichever version you like the best, do it that way. So now I'm taking some of the Manic Gems Angel Baby Gem Pack to add some sparkles into the sparkles. I just love gems. They're so much fun. So I placed them kind of in the stars and just sporadically. So you can do that or don't, whatever you want to do. I just wanted to be extra. So now I'm taking Moonrider for the brow bone highlighter. Alright, I'm going to go do the rest of my face, and I'll be right back. Alright, so this is the finished look. What do you think? I feel like a magical fairy. I wanted to, I needed to. I just kind of didn't feel myself today. And sparkles make me happy, and little gleams make me happy. And so I feel like this turned out like a magical fairy princess, just like I hoped. Okay, I'm not going to talk too much because I still, as of right now, have 2 other looks to film, and I don't want this to drag out for too long. I will have swatches of everything. I do have to say, I feel like I mentioned it in the tutorial, but Vampire Store reminds me of like Bellatrix and Ophiuchus. It's like if they like came together and had a baby. It's absolutely one of my most favorite shades so far. The shift, there's a lot of natural lighting today, thankfully, so hopefully my lighting looks a little bit better. It's usually kind of like sun going down by the time I'm finishing, or sometimes it's late at night when I'm still filming and whatnot because insomnia and schedule changing and whatnot. So anyway, I'm hoping that I can get outside and get some pretty videos of this look, pretty pictures, because I feel like the natural lighting really makes the sparkles pop. And I just feel so cute. I'm really excited about this collection though. The packaging, can we appreciate this packaging? Like, it is absolutely everything. Terra Moons Cosmetics just always comes up with some of my absolute favorite things. I'm like, okay, I didn't know that I needed that in my life. Now I need it in my life. And so for the lower lash line, I used Sunset Embrace, and then I used Vampire Store. But Sunset Embrace is just like right up my alley as well. It kind of reminds me of Ultraviolet, but it's very different from it. So I'm trying to think of a fun look to do with Armorous Rays and Celestial Love to be able to like do a full look with this for one of the looks in the video. And I am going to purchase more things from this collection on launch day, but I'm so excited. Like, I love Terra Moons Cosmetics in this collection. I was like, oh, okay. And they had said that they changed the formula of their glosses, and they did. And it's like, I've always liked, I keep this one on my desk. Eclipsing is one of my favorite ones, and I love the smell of it. But this one is Lotus Moon. The pigment in this gloss is unreal. It's so comfortable. It really feels nourishing, and it smells nice. I like a nice smelling gloss. I don't know. It's just like, But anyway, without talking too much, I'll see you in just a second. So my lid is primed with Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas in Fair, and I'm gonna take a little bit of the P. Louise and Mitchell Acid Rain in the shade Ibiza. And I'm going to have that for my purple base. Just get a little of it on the back of my hand. Take a little bit of it on my finger. And start to work that on the outer V of my eye. And outwards just a little bit. This look, I got some inspiration from Dearest Diary Makeup. I've had this look saved on my phone since like November of last year. And I've been wanting to do it. Then I got a bunch of like Christmas and Valentine's Day makeup that I wanted to do as well. So I'm just going to take a little bit. I'm not going to make this nice and clean because I will go and clean it up. Take what's left on the back of my hand. If I show anything on the back of my hand today, I have a scratch because I had to get antibiotics for all the cats because they have some kind of crud and they're passing it around, and Bee did not want to take her medicine. I'm talking too much, I'm so sorry. So to start out, I'm going to take the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Sugar and Grunge and Sickly Sweet palettes and this Makeup Shack T14 brush. I'm going to go into Sickly Sweet first and take Frills and Thrills. And what I'm going to do is just start to pat that onto the base, that purple base, to build up my shape. I'm going to take it not all the way out onto the base, and I'm going to kind of round it. I love that this shade is like the perfect match for the P. Louise base. And just kind of do circular motions clockwise and counterclockwise. And I'm going to hop over to the Sugar and Grunge palette and go into the shade Baby Tea. And then I'll go into Ironic. The pastels in the Sugar and Grunge palette will forever be some of my favorites. I'm going to start to blend this out with Baby Tea. And I'm going to take it a little bit farther into the crease than I did Frills and Thrills. I'm using the same brush, I just cleaned it off. Just use this as a softer shade to make sure everything is nice and blended. I forgot to do like intro and outro and all that stuff yesterday when I did the last look of this video. And so I was like, oh, whoops. Do that today. But I am so far obsessed with this collection. The shades that I have that they sent over are so beautiful. And I'd mentioned, I want to say yesterday or maybe the day before, but the sparkle I'm going to use reminds me of Bellatrix and Ophiuchus. It's like if they had a pretty sparkly baby. This is it. I love it. But I didn't use just the one shade. I used another one for a little pop of extra sparkles as well. I am forgetting my words today, y'all. I'm switching over to the Makeup Shack T63 brush. I'm going to take a little bit more Baby Tea, and this is a fluffier brush. So I'm really just going to focus blending on this outer portion here. Make sure we have a nice and seamless blenderoo. And I'm going to clean that brush off, and I'm going to go into Ironic from the Sugar and Grunge palette. This is one of my favorite shades. Let me show you. Like, Ironic and Candy have been my most used shades, but Candy more so from doing like more creative looks, because I like to use like this and Sickly Sweet Rosy Cheeks as like doing a more creative full face look. And you use a pink, you put that on it, yes. But Ironic and Candy I've hit pan on, and I was like, oh my goodness, because I haven't had this that long, I don't think. Can't remember exactly when it came out, but I want to say it was over the summer. So I'm going to take Ironic and work that into the crease towards that inner corner of my eye. Bring it over. Back and forth windshield wipe motions. If you hear any kitties, I have, I think, 3 in here with me right now because Floof wanted to come hang out in the window, and I was like, that is fine. Just please don't be mad at me anymore because I have to give you medicine because I don't want you to not feel good. I want you to be a happy, prissy ma'am like you usually are. Well, I say happy. She's sassy. She's a happy cat, but she reminds me of Marie from the Aristocats. That's why her name is Floof Marie. I've cleaned that brush off, and I'm going to take Fake It from the Sugar and Grunge palette. Tap off the excess and just lightly blend out Ironic with it so it has a more intense, glowy pastel moment over here. And then I'm going to take a little bit more of Frills and Thrills and just start to touch that up a little bit. Bring it back. I wanted this to be more like a springtime kind of spacey glam. I'm so ready to start doing some spring looks. I've been like doing some to brainstorm ideas, and it's been so much fun. I'm ready for spring. Today it's like 75 degrees, so I'm happy. That beats the 30 degrees we were having the other day. I'm gonna take Vampire Sun, y'all. It is everything. So I'm going to take my finger and just, I don't even know if it's picking up the reflex, but I will have swatches. So I'm just going to, oh no, this is going to be the last one for the looks. I just remembered that's how I usually do. But I'm going to tap that onto my lid with my finger. Sorry, I got jumbled. I was like, oh yeah, no, this is supposed to be the first one, but it's not. It'll be the last one. The blue one will be the first one. I'm so out of it today. I'm gonna pat that on and just look at how intense and beautiful it is. And that was just, there's still some on my finger. So it's so pretty. I'm going to take this dough color number 14 brush in the shade Moonlighter. And I'm just going to pop that up towards Ironic and kind of blend out Vampire Sun with it. That makes it a little extra sparkly. And I'll take a tad bit more Vampire Sun to kind of bring it back into the crease. And just look. So that's pretty much it for the eyes before the doodles. But I'm going to take a little bit of micellar water on a Q-tip to kind of map out where I'm going to start to do the liner. And for the liner, I'm going to take the Suva UV Taffies palette. And I'm going to just kind of go in and do some doodles. So this bit is going to be probably voiceover mode. Okay, so this one was very, very interesting. I don't feel like I've done a liner quite like this. So I took it from the outer corner of my eye and I started to round it. And I took it about halfway up through the crease. I was doing like a C shape. And I was just filling it in, making it a little bit thicker, because right in the center, I wanted to add a gleam there and just kind of make it be like the less filled in one, because those are my favorite ones to do. I feel like they're so, so cute, but I do like the little filled in ones, but there's something about the ones that's got a little bit, like, not filled in that I absolutely love. So I'm just making sure that I got this as thick as I want before I start on the gleam, which I'm going to start here pretty soon. So I'm taking the yellow from that UV Taffy's palette and just doing like an A, but giving it legs outwards, and then same thing on the bottom bit, kind of like a V, kind of like shrugging. And here I'm just going to take that pink liner and start from the inner corner area of my eye, bring it up and connect it to the gleam. And now I'm taking the blue from the palette, and I'm just going to kind of take it upwards towards the tail of my brow and round it. This part was really cool. I want to play around with some liner more, but I always get, like, super nervous about it because I don't want to mess up, especially if I've blended stuff. I'm like, oh no. But that's why I always say hold your breath, hope for the best, because I swear liner senses fear. You just got to tell yourself you've got this. And don't put it in your head that you don't know if you can do it, because that's where the self-doubt really doesn't do you well when you're playing with liner. Just go into it and be like, I got this. I'm going to do this. It's going to look good. And you will definitely do an amazing job. So I'm just connecting it to the pink and making sure that it's nice and blended in with that pink liner. And now to doodle some more gleams, because I love to do them. I swear I always be like, I'm not going to do as many like I usually do. I might not do any at all. And then I'm like, no, I need to do these or stars, because I just have so much fun doing them. And I feel like they're so cute. Just place them wherever you want. But just looking at the reference picture in the center bit and towards the inner corner of the eye area was where they were. But I felt like I needed to have one towards that outer corner of my eye. So I doodled one there. And now I'm taking the Angel Baby Gem Pack from Manic Gems and just placing them sporadically all over just to add extra sparkles. And if you hear the cats acting wild, they are wound up today. It was nap time all day. Now the sun's starting to set and they're just running all over the place, and it's so funny. Alright, I'm gonna go do the rest of my face and I'll be right back. Alright, so this is the finished look. What do you think? I really like it. I don't know how I feel about the liner because it's so different. I'm so weird about trying new things, but I feel like it's so cute. I love these colors. I'm going to get some low light videos that should have showed already. I try to put like the close-up of the look in the low light and then like me showing the whole look. But yeah, so I used the Lele Posh Cosmetics and Ellie Store collab palette. I'm not sure if it's available anymore, but I use it as a glitter topper. Like there's a Dress It Up in there. It's one of my favorites. Like Ellie and Lele Posh did that. But yes, I feel like there was something I was going to say and I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry, I'm paying attention. The internet people are supposed to be here today because I'm taking care of some stuff. And I'm trying to like make sure I'm not missing them because I don't want to have to like set aside a whole other day. And I am actually finished with this like an hour or two earlier than normal, so I'm really excited. But without talking too much, here's the swatches of this beautiful collection. which shade is your favorite? I was looking at their teasers, and today is, what is today? Oh, today's Wednesday. I'm all excited because I'm like, okay, I'm fixing to make an order because they all look so beautiful from the sneak peeks. But I'm so thankful for the shades that they sent over. Thank you so much, Terra Moons Cosmetics, for sending over the Lovers on the Sun Lunar palette and the gloss, which I'm gonna insert a clip of me using the gloss because I so forgot to do that. It's a really pretty, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that today. And then I lost my train of thought on what I was doing today. And I ended up doing something pastel, and I was like, oh, that's not gonna go with pastel, so I felt really bad. So I'm gonna probably tomorrow just put in, well, film the clip of me using that because it's such a pretty gloss. I'm gonna grab it real quick. Look at how pretty, and it is so pigmented, and it's, I don't know, and I just look, the packaging, this shade is Lotus Moon. Is purple. My obsession with purple, that was like a gorgeous gloss. Now I want to say that I saw that they were releasing a couple different glosses, so I'm gonna try to pick them up because there was one that I saw that I was like, it's so sparkly, and I have like lately kind of dipped my toes into like different glosses and have been obsessed. So anyway, I'm like definitely gonna do that, especially because I'm looking all over my messy desk. But I feel like I said this earlier in the video, but eclipsing lives on my desk. It wasn't this color before when they sent it because I just kind of like put it on, but it smells so good. It reminds me of apple pie. I said before in a video, I want to say, that if you are old enough to drink, if you've ever had the Jack Daniel's Winter Jack, it reminds me of that, but like apple pie. Smells so good. But anyway, I'm rambling. What shade was your favorite? Which look was your favorite? Are you picking up anything from the collection? Have you picked up anything from the collection? What are your thoughts on the collection? Again, I want to say thank you so much to Terra Moons Cosmetics for sending these my way. I am so just amazed by everything that y'all come out with. It's always like, I'll say like, oh my gosh, this is my new favorite, and then you come out with something new and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is my new favorite. It's so good every time. I just think that every shade ever is just so dreamy. I want to do a video sometime soon of just like showing like some of my favorites. I'm still gonna swatch my whole collection at some point. I'm working on starting to rearrange my room. The seasonal depression on top of regular depression has been so real this last year, and I have so much stuff to move around, and I was so excited when I was telling Artemis yesterday at the vet. I was like, hey buddy, when I rearrange my room, I'll have more windows that I can open for you, which will mean more natural lighting, which I hope will like make the video lighting better, because sometimes I'm just like, ugh. But yeah, I'm rambling so much. I'm so sorry. I am a chatty Cathy, but please let me know which look was your favorite, and please tell me which of the shades like you're eyeing or you've picked up or you're planning on picking up, because I wholeheartedly love Terra Moons Cosmetics. They're one of my favorite brands ever. Just the formula, the sparkles, I just am obsessed. I feel like that's what I'm looking for. I'm not necessarily just like totally obsessed, but in love. Like everything I've ever tried has been so good. Okay, I don't want to bore you too much and keep you for too long, but yeah, I want to thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to keep up with my awkward face and shenanigans while I'm not here on YouTube, then I have all my social medias linked in the description box down below. And if you'd like to keep up with me while I am here on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button. It means so much to me, and I can't thank you enough. And if you like this video, could you please give it a thumbs up, because I've heard that it helps to get my video out in the algorithm. So if you give it a thumbs up, then thank you so much. I want to thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. I know I've been a rambling mess this whole entire video. I don't know what it is with this video. It's almost like I forgot how to like properly film. But I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope that I'll see you in the next one.